Welcome learners, this is Dr. Biswajit Chatterjee. I am from Department of Education, Raiganj University, West Bengal. Today, in this lecture, I am going to discuss about the concept of social change. Social change is a very inevitable change in our society now. Today in this lecture, we will focus on the concept of social change, and apart from that, we shall talk about some of the notable definitions or notable sayings by some of the notable sociologists in the world. So, quickly, I shall tell you what will be the social change, the concept of social change, and after that I shall tell you about some of the notable sayings of some of the sociologists, and after that I shall tell you the nature or characteristics of social change. So first of all, I am showing you what is the meaning of social change. So quickly coming to the meaning of social change. Before that, I shall tell you, or I shall show you the presentation outline of my deliberation. So we shall discuss firstly the introduction, then we shall discuss the meaning of social change. After that, what I have just told, I shall tell you some of the definitions of social change. Then we will tell you about the nature and characteristics of social change. And obviously after that, some engagement activities will be there for you. And at last, I shall show you some of the further readings which can help you in reading these social change in your future. So I am coming to the introduction portion now. So social change encompasses the dynamic processes through which the structures, institutions, and relationships that shape a society evolve. This transformation can manifest in a multitude of ways, including significant shifts in cultural norms, core values, social behaviors, and the overarching system that govern daily life. Social change can be a gradual process, unfolding slowly for years or even decades. As societies adapt to new ideas and practices, conversely, it can also occur suddenly and dramatically, often in response to groundbreaking technological advancement, powerful social movements advocating for rights and justice, or periods of political upheaval that prompt a re-evolution of social norms. By exploring these concepts, you will gain a deeper understanding of the complex interplay between education and society. Obviously, you will encounter various definitions of social change, and that will enable you to appreciate its diverse dimensions. Upon completing this unit, students or you will not only grasp the fundamental nature of social change but also its defining characteristics, equipping them with the knowledge to analyze and engage with the evolving landscape of their societies. Next, I am coming to my next slide, that is the meaning of social change. As you know, social refers to matters concerning society, while change indicates a difference in anything observed over some time. Therefore, social change signifies a transformation in the structure and function of human society. Sociologists define social change as changes in human interaction and relationship that transform cultural and social institutions. These changes occur over time and often have profound and long-term consequences for society. This process may be rapid in some societies and slow in others. Now I am just quickly showing you some of the views of some notable sociologists. First of all, I just want to tell you or want to show you about Gillen and Gillen. So according to Gillen and Gillen, social changes are variations from accepted modes of life, whether due to alteration in geographical conditions, in cultural equipments, composition, the population, or ideologies, whether brought about by diffusion or invention within the group. Now I am just showing you what Amy Jones has given us. Actually, Amy Jones defined social change as a term used to describe variations in or modification or any aspect of social processes, social patterns, social interactions, and social organization. Coming to my next slide, that is two sayings or two views were given there. First of all, the views is given by McIver and Page, that McIver and Page said social change is a process responsive to many types of changes, to change in the man-made condition of living, to change in the attitude and beliefs of men, and to the changes that go beyond the human control to the biological and physical nature of things. According to H.T. Majumdar, social change may be defined as new fashion or mode, either modifying or replacing the old in the life of a people or in the operation of a society. Now I am just quickly showing you what the natures or characteristics social change usually depicts in our society. I am just showing you firstly what are the nature or characteristics of society, quickly showing you all the nature characteristics here. Then I shall discuss each and every nature or each and every characteristics later on. First of all, showing you all the characteristics or nature of the social change. You can see there that social change is a universal phenomenon. Social changes involves human change. Social change is a continuous process. Social change can be either planned or unplanned. The speed of social change is not uniform. Predicting social change is not possible. Social change is cumulative and demonstrates a chain reaction sequence. Apart from those two, another two characteristics are there. That is, there may be short run and long run changes, and social change results from the interactions of several factors. Now I shall show you each and every nature or characteristics each and every time whenever I shall changing the slide. Now I am just showing you the first one, that is social change is a universal phenomenon. Social change occurs in all societies, whether primitive or civilized. Factors such as population dynamics, technological advancements, and changes in the material resources contribute to this process. Additionally, ideologies and value evolves, and institutional structures and functions are reshaped. The speed and extent of social change can differ significantly across societies. For example, some societies may experience rapid transformations due to revolutionary movements, technological breakthroughs, or crises, while others may undergo gradual changes influenced by long term trends such as aging population or cultural changes. Understanding these dynamics is essential for analyzing the complex nature of social evolution in various contexts. Now I am just want to tell about my next characteristics about social change, that is social change involves human change. The sociological significance of this change is rooted in its profound impact on the human experience. Society is not a fixed entity, rather, it is a dynamic landscape that continuously evolves. This ever-changing composition reflects shifts in cultural norms, social interactions, and demographic patterns, highlighting the adaptability and the complexity of human relationships within our communities. As cultural norms evolve, they reshape the way we interact with one another, fostering new forms of social engagement and understanding. Demographic shifts introduce diverse perspectives, enriching the tapestry of our communities. This dynamic interplay highlights human relationships' remarkable adaptability and resilience, urging us to navigate and embrace these changes. By doing so, we can cultivate deeper connections and work together, building a more inclusive and harmonious society. Our next characteristics or nature is social change is a continuous process. Society is constantly in flux, shaped by the intricate dynamics of human interactions and the organic evolution of culture. Attempting to confine it within a static framework is impractical and stifles the natural progression that occurs over time. From the earliest days of civilization, the journey of societal development has been characterized by continuous transformations, underscoring the critical importance of adaptability. Embracing change enables us to navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities that arise in our ever evolving world. Our next nature of social change is about that social change can be either planned or unplanned. Social change is an essential and continuous phenomenon that is woven into the fabric of the natural order, manifesting through both organic developments and deliberate human intervention. On one hand, there are planned initiatives such as government policies, community programs, and social movements that effectively shape and direct the dynamics of society. These efforts are often structured and goal oriented, aiming to address social issues, promote justice, and improve living conditions. A prime example includes educational reforms, which seeks to provide equitable access to quality education for all, therefore fostering a more informed citizenry. On the other hand, unplanned social changes frequently emerge in the wake of powerful natural disasters. Events such as famines, floods, earthquakes, tsunamis, and prolonged droughts can dramatically alter the social landscape, leading to rapid shifts in population, economic structures, and community relationships. For instance, a devastating earthquake may displace thousands, forcing communities to reorganize and adapt to new realities and challenges. These occurrences highlight the unpredictable nature of social change, often catalyzing the resilience and innovations within affected populations. Furthermore, human possesses a remarkable ability to influence and navigate social change, demonstrating our innate capacity to adapt to both challenges and opportunities that arise in our environments. This adaptability is evident in our responses to crisis, where communities come together to rebuild, support one another, and forego new paths forwards. Ultimately, social change is a complex interplay of deliberate actions and spontaneous occurrences, each contributing to the evolution of society as we strive to create a better world. Our next nature of society is, that is, the speed of social change is not uniform. Social change generally occurs gradually across various societies, intricately shaped by a multitude of cultural, economic, and political factors that influence social norms and behaviors over time. However, certain societies may experience rapid social change, often ignited by technological advancements that revolutionize communication, transportation, and daily life. Additionally, shifts in public attitudes, such as movements advocating for civil rights, gender equality, or environmental sustainability, can analyze significant transformations in societal values and practices. Major events, including economic crisis, natural disasters, or political revolutions, can also serve as catalysts for swift change. Notably, urban areas tend to experience these shifts more quickly than rural counterparts, largely due to the concentrated population, diverse cultural interactions, and access the resources that facilitate innovations and adaptation. So, until now, we have discussed some of the natures or characteristics of social change. In the meantime, I am just showing you, or I am just asking you some of the questions, some of the alternative questions or multiple choice question, or you can say it as a quiz. I am showing you two questions where four alternatives will be given. Among those four alternatives, you just think that what will be your answer. My first question or first quiz will be that change implies, the first option is stability, second status quo, third break with the past, and fourth variation. My second quiz will be social change. First option continuous, second universal, third human change, and fourth all of the above. So these are the quiz what I have just shown you here. You just think by yourself. I shall tell you the answer in my last slide. Okay, so I am just continuing my other natures or other characteristics of social change. Next nature or characteristics of social change is, that is, predicting social change is not possible. The precise forms that social change will take remain uncertain and unpredictable. Social changes can stem from various factors, particularly legislation put forth by governments, which can lead to significant shifts in societal structures and individual behaviors. For example, the introduction of new laws can influence public attitudes and catalyze movements that challenge long standing norms. Additionally, processes such as industrializations are known to accelerate both urbanizations and environmental changes like deforestation. While we recognize the general trajectory of these developments, the specific manifestations of their interactions with society are complex and multifaceted, making future outcomes difficult to foresee. Moreover, the evolution of our attitudes, ideas, norms, and values are another area shrouded in uncertainty. Cultural shifts may emerge from a multitude of sources: technological advancement, globalization, or social movements. Yet, predicting the precise ways in which these factors will reshape collective consciousness over time is inherently challenging. Consequently, the dynamics of social change remain an intricate web of influences that are not easily mapped out. Our next nature or characteristics is very interesting, that is, social change is cumulative and demonstrates a chain reaction sequence. Society functions as a complex and dynamic system where changes in one element can produce ripple effects that influence other components, ultimately transforming the way people live. A notable example of this phenomenon is the advancement of equal educational opportunities. Such initiatives have profoundly affected historically disadvantaged communities, particularly scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, enabling them to access resources and achievements that were previously denied. Moreover, the process of industrialization has significantly altered traditional production system. This shifts has not only increased the demand for labor in factories and offices, but has also led to a dramatic increase in female participation in the workforce. As women began to work outside the home, they gained financial independence and self sufficiency, which has had far reaching implications for their roles in our society. The newfound independence has transformed women's attitude towards themselves and their capabilities, contributing to the emergence of a new social order that challenges long standing gender norms. As a result, the dynamics within family structures have also evolved, with changing expectations regarding gender roles and responsibilities. These developments catalyze broader social, cultural, and economic challenges, influencing everything from family life and community relationships to societal values and economic productivity. Thus, the interconnectedness of various societal elements highlights the importance of understanding how changes in one area can lead to transformations across the entire social landscape. Our next characteristics of social change is like this, that there may be short run and long run changes. Societal change is an intricate and gradual process, what I have already told, that is typically unfolds over an extended period. That also I have told that while some transformation may manifest quickly, delivering immediate results and visible effects, other requires years or even decades to develop and reach their full potential. Understanding this journey is crucial as it encourages us to engage with the nuisance of current events and their unfolding narratives. As time passes, we begin to uncover the deeper significance and implications of these changes, allowing us to appreciate their lasting impact on communities and cultures. By recognizing the complexities and timelines of societal evolution, we can better grasp the interconnectedness of historical events and contemporary issues, ultimately fostering a richer perspective on our collective progress. Next, social change results from the interactions of several factors. Social change emerges from a complex web of interconnected factors that interact in nuanced ways. Although a specific factor may catalyze change, it rarely acts in a vacuum. Instead, it functions alongside a multitude of other influences that help to activate or amplify these initial triggers. This interconnectedness stems from the inherently mutual interdependence of societal phenomena. No singular force exists in isolation to effect change. Each component within a societal system, be it economic, political, cultural, or environmental, exerts an influence on the others. This interplay creates a ripple effect where modification in one area can reverberate throughout the entire system, triggering further shifts and alteration. The term social change refers to the significant shifts or transformations that occur over time or within the social, economic, cultural, and political structures of a society. These changes can happen in various forms, whether in the values, norms, beliefs, or practices of a society, or in its institutions like the family, government, or economy. Sociologists use the term social change to describe the processes through which societies evolve without attaching any moral values to these changes. It's important to understand that when sociologists speak of social change, they do not mean to imply that the change is inherently good or bad, right or wrong. Instead, they are describing a neutral process that occurs due to a range of factors such as technological advancements, shifts in economic conditions, political movements, demographic changes, or even environmental factors. For sociologists, social change does not come with an inbuilt judgment about whether it is good for society or harmful to it. This perspective allows sociologists to examine societal shifts without being swayed by personal or cultural beliefs about those changes. For instance, consider the rapid technological progress of 21st century, which has revolutionized communication, transportation, and education. Some might view these changes as progress, while others may argue they have negative consequences, such as increased social isolation or environmental degradation. Sociologists, however, would approach these changes by asking how they affect individuals or groups. What the unit just I have discussed little bit, I shall quickly tell you the end exercise or what the question may come from here or what the question can be done from here. Okay. So here is the end exercise. First question may be like that. What is meant by social change? Which can be of 2 marks. Next, write 2 definitions of social change that also can be come with 2 marks. 3. Briefly discuss the nature or characteristics of social change. That question will obviously come in a 10 marks like that. Okay. So that is the end exercise on engagement activities. Apart from that, what I have just told that time that I am showing you some of the further readings regarding these social changes. Means what the lesson, what the unit we have just learned, you can get some further readings from there. So I am quickly showing you these readings in your screen. And obviously the last thing, that is the answer to the quiz. Again, I am just repeating what was the question. My question was, there was 2 questions were given, 2 quiz were given. First quiz was, the question was, change implies the options was stability, status quo, break with the past, and variations. Yes, answer is variations. If some of you have thought about the option D, variation, you are correct. My next quiz was, or the next question was like that: social change is, the first option was continuous, second option was universal, third was human change, and last one was all of the above. Yes, here also the answer is all of the above, means the alternatives D. So if some of you have thought about that also, thank you, you have done a very good job. So that's all for now. So what we have discussed today, we discussed about social change, we discussed about some of the sayings of notable sociologists, and we discussed about the natures and characteristics of social change.